San Francisco 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go, here we go. Hiking 18.
They'll run the draw with Brooks. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Logan. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Back to throw. Logan. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll run right here with Brooks. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Logan. Over the middle, complete. That's Brooks. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
At the 60, at the 60. Go.
Brown will score. Touchdown Atlanta.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Looking to put a drive together.
52, 53, ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go, here we go. Red, 38. Ready.
Right back to him on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
This 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set. Black, 95. Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
From Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Down. 60 reps. 60 reps. Striker. 3-3. Set.
Operating from the gun. Hutchinson. And he'll be taken down at the 20.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in cover. Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that, but he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now we got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Hutchinson. And it'll be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, Young. Quarterback Charles rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. He can't get him down. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. It rips off a nice run there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Logan. Got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To the flat, that's complete to his running back. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Logan setting up the screen for Sampson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Jordan Watkins deep for San Francisco. This is taken at the 15. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Here we go. Ready.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Ready, go. 40.
Operating from the gun, Hutchinson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Arises on to punt here as he gets this one away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides. But sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them,
then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
On first down, Sampson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Logan. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. Well, he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Half the 60, half the 60. Street, street.
Back to throw. Logan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the release. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. Looking to throw. Logan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Dylan Sampson from 4 yards out. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
A lot of incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hutchinson.
Oh, and that is incomplete. It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. With it is Brown. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
They'll run on first down. Sampson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And the Falcons are going to have it first and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Back to throw. Logan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure, and here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Ready.
A final shot before break. Hutchinson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? You just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Ready. 43 rail. Here we go. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At their 49-yard line.
Come on, set, huh?
Off the bootleg, Hutchinson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Black 40.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Operating from the gun, Hutchinson, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Sampson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 9 now. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
At the 60. At the 60. 70 Lion.
Up the middle they go. Sampson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. Looking to throw. Logan. Well, that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Here we go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Back to throw. Logan. That'll be complete to Sampson. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short game.
So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Well, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go. Back.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Hutchinson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and I'm going to tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Logan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Back to throw. Logan. Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
On the double.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Here we go.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready. Blue 32.
Looking to throw. Hutchinson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Niners on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Hutchinson. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw over the middle. Going to be caught here by Pitts. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more accurate.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Dylan Sampson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Come on, set.
2nd and 3. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Ready, drill, green. Black, 95 seconds.
Looking to throw. Hutchison. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On the set.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
52 blue. Set.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Hut, hut.
Running right, here's Brown. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Let's go now. 10 seconds.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Yellow, 43. Hut.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Go.
This is Brown going up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready. Smack. Nice.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Falcons are moving on. Congratulations to them. Thanks for watching, and so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.